All right. So finally, we
Finally.
you and I are alone.
I told you it's gonna be the longest podcast. It's gonna be the longest podcast ever because we have so many stories to tell, and we both love to talk.
Yeah.
So many times we also, not that we argue, but we both love to talk a lot. So there's who's gonna say that thing? No, I have to say that.
Who's going to talk faster and louder?
But I have to tell you this. And but listen, I have to tell you that.
But tell me more about yourself. I know you're from Poland originally.
Yes, I am from Poland originally. I grew up there. I spent most of my life over there. I moved to the Netherlands in 2009. So that's not so long time ago. And that was also the year when I started tattooing.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was actually main reason why I stayed in the Netherlands. And I was actually on a short break from my studying and that I needed. And I realized I will never come back to my study and I will never come back to Poland because I fall in love with tattooing.
Yeah.
So then my journey started. And then I spent some years in Amsterdam. Then I moved on traveling. I spent some time in Copenhagen. I travel around and I come back still to the Netherlands because I felt the most close to my heart. All the atmosphere, the people, the variety of cultures that we have in Holland in such a small country. So that always made me so curious about people. That in the country where I come from, there is not many people from other countries, and we just don't know much more about other people. So I was so excited when I came first to Amsterdam. I was overwhelmed, and I found everyone beautiful. I just want to meet everyone. So I guess that was one of the reasons as well that I wanted to stay in Holland and come back to Holland again, because I'm just so interested by people in general. I love people. I love to work with people. I love our customers and I love to hear their stories, and, you know, they're just people, but we're also different. So
yeah, it's true. Everyone has their own little story. For me,
I have a question for you. How long are you tattooing?
I started tattooing, I believe it was 97.
97.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, because I was just listening to some podcasts you did, and it was talking about other tattooers saying that, but you tattooing long time, and I was curious. I was listening. I was waiting to hear a number. You know.
Okay.
Wow, 97.
Yeah.
Wow,
97.
That's a while already.
Yeah, it's funny. It's usually I don't like to mention it because usually people who have been tattooing less time than me seem to be much more accomplished, and so I'm just like, well, you've been tattooing for a long time. We'll let you,
But you're starting tattooing and taking it easy, right?
Yeah, well, I guess in the beginning of me tattooing, I hit it really hard, and then I just got mixed up with like the nightlife and all that stuff, and so I took some,
of course,
took some liberties.
The real social life.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, of course.
And then once I kind of like refocused myself back to the art, back to tattooing again, and then really started to take it seriously. But yeah, I would guess I would have like maybe a 5 or 6 year hiatus of just like showing up to work, doing the bare minimum, and then going out and having my fun.
Yeah, I was. Let's say I start tattooing in Eindhoven, a dragon tattoo with Ori Lightning, aka Gregory, and 2009. And for me, it's like a new beginning, But I realized how much all those years, everything I wish it the most. I felt like I was saving myself, like let's don't give, like, I worked in some place. I didn't want to put it all the way.
Right.
Because it was not worth it. Simply not worth it at all. So it was kind of weird because I kind of make believe people I was going to 2 different places. Because people always wanted to know better than me what I'm going to do. So best way I find it is make believe that I'm going to work there and I'm going to work there. And then I went exactly on the opposite direction. So that hit hard a bit. But I took it also very, 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 very seriously working with Greg. It's really important. It was really important because I know that he's investing himself in me. Right. I'm going to invest everything I got. all the way. And for me, most important was not to get a big name, but have a stream. So you're always tattooing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want all these glittering, glimmerish things and stuff. It's better I'm more happy with a normal, whoever is, who comes on time, goes all the way. I can feel that I'm getting better, but he's also getting better. Everyone is happy. Yeah. Everyone. It's just like a win-win for all of us. You know, but it's hard to keep that. It's hard to protect it.
Sure.
It's not easy to know with who to share, or and so on. But
yeah, it was funny when we met. I'm not sure if you remember, but
yeah, I do. We talked about grays and we talked about mixing and stuff.
But when we left, you gave me a lot of advice. I guess I didn't ask for it, but it was very good to hear at the moment.
Yeah,
because you got very close and we're like, fuck everybody. It's all about you doing the best you can.
Yeah, of course.
And love who's with you, who's around you. Love the moment.
I mean, how do you say? Like, it's not like you wake up in the morning and you don't know what to do. You have so much to do. We have a lot to do. Yeah. We put ourselves in that track, in that path. So let's honor it all the way.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I don't need to be famous. I don't need to be this and that. But for me, I feel like I master the time.
Yeah.
I'm happy when people are succeeding. I'm happy when people are rich. I'm happy for them. Very, very much. Me, I want everything in life. Everything that money can buy. That, I go for that. And this, it's not easy sometimes because I always have a good laugh. People sometimes, I'm crazy or something. But it's much easier sometimes for me to give up that picture, that cliche.
Yeah.
But I'm saving. The more I do like that, the more I'm saving. It's the same like what I can say. If I can say something about me, it's like, if I tell you I don't remember, that means I'm fucking lying to you. Because I do remember. But I've never been like materialist, super attached to things. And it doesn't mean what means to me, example. Okay. Something that can make me feel like weak in a way. It's like when I see example on Instagram, sometimes some people with a brush doing pure clean line with the brush. Yes, I'm going to look at the picture over and over and over and over. And then at some point I have to stop watching that picture over and over because I am not that guy holding that brush. I am me. So I have to take that brush and try and try and try. So I think I definitely finished my apprenticeship with myself. Now I'm ready to tattoo. And to answer to the question before, yes, I make a plan in my head to don't keep up with things I don't want to keep up with than I did anyway. Now is the time for us to stick to the same size of flowers, no matter what, same size of your background.
Yeah. But it takes a lot to...
a bit of the background. You know that the larger they are, the more south you are in Japan.
Say that again?
The mikiri, the larger they get, the more south you are in Japan.
Yeah, because of the sunlight.
The more north you go, the more tight they get, and then tighter and tighter and tighter. I'm curious about. No one tell me why. And few people tell me it is, but no one tell me why. I'm still gonna find out.
From what I know, it's because of the parades in the south. They do the parades at dusk, and so you're able to see. I'm probably mixing it up, but
no, it's perfect. Thank you.
I don't know the main details, but you can see the design better in the dark, and then in the north where it's thinner. Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
They do the parades in the daytime so that you're able to you're able to see it cleaner. So that's what I heard. I don't know.
I feel like a relief. Thank you.
So we're in the north of Europe, so we can do it a little bit.
It's a kind of same like when I see when we read somewhere whatever on our phone most of the time. For everyone, I think it's Baku, that beast, Baku, that elephant food dog like beast, was actually a very positive beast, a very friendly one. That really they said, oh, the Baku eat your nightmare. It's, yeah, but actually, I've been digging it, and I find one theory, one explanation that says actually some very nobles or rich emperor, they will have a special type of skilled hunters to hunt them.
Okay.
So they can skin them, and then the owner of that skin, that emperor or that noble person or that rich person, will sleep with it, and then in the morning they wake up totally redeemed of their sin. And that theory makes more sense to me. Will be more Asian, more than that things goes in your dream and eat your nightmare, running after your whatever pictures or something. Maybe it is, but that version that
it could come from
that has
a very
to be killed,
material thing,
killed, skinned, sleep on, and then in the morning you wake up, you are clean, you're redeemed of everything, you are pure,
right? Because
of course it's mean people. It's like evil using the power of heaven, It's a paradox, though. I'm looking a lot at other things. Give me a second.
Yeah.
This is something. This is something.
Fine.
This is
Barbara's.
Something we I do help you with that, though.
This is Barbara's.
Yes, you do.
Oh.
That's Barbara.
This is Barbara studies over a while.
And no one else is going to see this except for us.
This is just a study of the combination of
what comes with what.
What comes with what on the bodysuit and why, and I guess I'm still very much looking for, of course, what I feel also attractive in Japanese style. I am very close, darling.
Everybody get close.
But what I like, it's the to find the most elegance in every subject. That's what I like. I really love the elegance of Japanese tattooing, and although I've been just studying for a very short time, but I do like to spend time for this.
It's like, did you know that the phoenix, the ho, actually fit perfectly with the kirin?
Yes, yeah. But there is many like beasts that they will be totally opposite, and actually they will be totally against each other until they come together, and then they will become the yin yang or whatever you call it. Then they will complete each other, and I think this is beautiful. But it's all again about that elegance of every subject.
It's almost like that Zen or like kind of Taoist type of thing. Like nothing can be seen without its counterpart in a way. Yeah,
but as much they could be separately against each other, as much together they can be very strong. So that's the thing I like, and I also like to study this, and also in order to be able to explain this to our customers, that it's not like the subject you choose, like you must be aware what you're choosing and why you're choosing this, and is it something that's suitable for you and why, and if so, what comes next, because that's what always comes. We all know, like a customer get a half sleeve, or then will be extended, or will get another one, and let's build the story already, like what it could be. So we make it fun, but we also make it in the right fashion. It's not about fashion, but let's make it the right aesthetics from the start, even though they're just not sure yet what is gonna come next. So. Let's already build that story.
But you're already armed with the facts and the history and the story.
So I think it's not just for ourselves to study, but also educate your customers about those things. And sometimes our customer will educate us. That's also the fun part of it.
Basically, we do the study. We do the study. Find a reference. We do the study. We're gonna draw the things from A to Z, whatever text. But it's the same, like, it's only after when the tattoo is made, finished, healed, a year later or half year later, that we take that joy.
Yeah, well, you can really appreciate
that. We take that
hard.
glory for it.
I think it's
then
hard.
I feel proud of myself.
I think it's hard, as I experienced so far. It's really hard to take that joy at the end because it's such a long process and it's such a commitment. Even though like most of our customers come every 2 weeks for every session.
Yeah.
And they do quite consistent with their appointments, and most of our customers come every 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. Example. You see all those pendants?
Yes.
Everyone symbolizes one session for one bodysuit.
Customer. Yeah.
For one customer. He goes to China.
Started here.
No,
it was started at Dragon when I was working at Dragon. He's a very normal guy having like, I tell you the truth, most of the time when I do the second sleeve on the customer, then I ask them, what you doing for a living? You know? And he's one of them, and I never ask what he does, but I know he has to go to China all the time, many times, and all those pendants hanging on the ceiling.
Almost. Some of them we
still have more at home.
Most of them, they are from Johan and Evelyn, because it's also wife of Johan. She also get back piece by Amar. So each session.
But they are really the real ones. They really were probably Chinese people will buy them for their home, or for even to bring to a temple as a shrine or something. So it is funny, and I know they don't give up on me. They don't give up on us.
But we have lovely customers. Like
sometimes I must say, I don't know if it's good for a podcast to say that, but because we wake up very early in the morning. Yeah. We're drawing like 6 o'clock in the morning. Yes. So I was saying, like, if one day tattooing become a religion, with definitely the Amish Mormon.
No, with the extremists.
We're like those, I mean, it's like one time I said to a friend, hey, do you want to get, you remember when I said to I don't know who I say, and then I said to him, do you have a Japanese friend coming, and do you like to get tattooed by him? But why? You make Japanese tattoo? No, I do Japanese tattoo, but I do it in the machine. Yeah, what he does it Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
Wireless tattoo. Wireless Bluetooth. You wanna have a kick-ass Bluetooth tattoo, man? I forgot his name, it's too complicated, but I can show some pictures. Good work.
No, but we have a great customers. We have customers give us so much every day.
Also the thing is, I like to say, it's like example,
Amar, a lot of jokes.
Joke. I'm not going to say a joke now.
Don't. I know them all.
No.
You know how this one starts.
No, I got some you don't.
I know them
I got some you don't, but you're not going to laugh.
Know.
But I believe if you work hard, example, especially we all pretty much, you two interested into Japanese style of tattooing. We can call it semi-Japanese, what the hell, but we're not Japanese, right? And I know from some quote, from example, Horitoshi saying, with that knowledge of tradition, your art will die out. It will go up in smoke. I don't want to feel the rush. I want to feel that rush when the job is done, when it's settled.
You wanna feel right. You wanna feel right.
And I waited long time with my funny face, whatsoever what, but I waited a long time to feel right about it.
Right.
And now I start to deserve to have the right customer. It's just happening out of the blue.
It is not happening out of the blue. It's happening because it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, it's not supposed to happen. It's happen only when you move and you work hard for it.
Yeah.
When you work hard for it.
But for some people it never happened, but that's something went wrong,
But it has something to do, I think, mentally too. Like, cause some people have the ability, but they don't have the mental.
Yeah, but what I was saying that what I found out that I've been living under the radar for all my life. I've been traveling here and there. I spent sometimes, obviously, like I make some special time for other things. I had a period where I was more interested about the energy of musicians and DJs or something. Get that passion, I was trying to suck that passion from other fucking discipline and put it out in my tattoo. So my drawing or something feels genuine, feels real, So we're not all packed up in that recipe bullshit and stuff and everything. And then, then you have the real one and then you have 10,000 dicks. Sorry to say, it's the same shit with singing, with everything. How do you say? But I recommend out there, if they listen to what I have to say now, I recommend that whoever, when you start to make that stream and make it strong, share it. Choose carefully some people, share it. Because you cannot do it by yourself. You can't do it by yourself. If you want to go Japanese, I'm not Japanese. I can't do it by myself. I feel better when I do it together. I want that togetherness. I want it. Even if it's not next to me, we have phones, we have this, we have that. I'm almost every day chatting with Ivan Swasi. He's my buddy. Not to toss name or something. Sure. But we do talk about a lot of good shit than tattooing. That means tattooing too. I'm with Satoru from One Shot Tattoo, Okinawa. Yeah. Most of the time we exchange our sketches, our doodles. What do you think? And we just criticize our work. Whatever I say, like, hey, we use bad words.
Can I read this? The dedication from Ivan in the book.
Oh,
is it too much for the podcast?
No, go ahead. It's
true,
because
they always say together that let's bring tattooing to what it was.
Our point is to bring back tattooing.
Be good and never forget to fuck off. It's brilliant.
You know, and the thing is about we're like having that joy talk to say we're gonna bring back tattooing to what it was. But when he said that, I was like, dude, I'm still working with my own homemade liners. For the shaders, I've got to have good needles or something.
But what does that mean? Like, bring it back to what it was? Because
to the craft, like you make your own study, you make your own drawings. You tattoo only what you can draw. Yeah. What you can't, leave it to somebody else. Yeah. You know, make choices. Don't try everything at the same time. Don't get fucking sidetracked. Hey, you know what? Do you really know actually what you're doing? That's the point. Doesn't matter if it's, for me, if you sing me a song, I can make you a nice picture. If you make me a nice picture, I'm going to sing you a song. If you give me both, I give you the best tattoo ever. Doesn't matter, you know. I've been doing that for years, listening to their people fucking imagination, not even reference, imagination. And I come up with that, whatever, combo drawing or something. I know many times was wrong, but to see that happiness happening, you know, but I do have to, I have to stop somewhere and I stop somewhere. Yeah. And I realized that I was not yet strong enough to make fucking resolution choices and stick to the fucking choice. Right. Especially when I'm born Muslim in a French country, went to the Catholic school, grew up with a religion. I freaked out. I almost hated all of them. No, I'm sorry for that. It's not that I mean it, but it just get confused, everything. Sure. Things get totally confused.
It's a lot to take in.
You know, so I gladly embrace to go to India, be with people who venerate 1,000 gods. I love it to go see those whoever pagan people or in the saga things in the middle of forest in the north of Sweden and stuff like that. You know, I'm not going to say them. They're real. They're real pagan. I started tattooing very young and everything was all about that. And I get burned out age 24, 25. I didn't know that people could be so mean. You know, I didn't know that I have to protect myself. I didn't know that the people that's supposed to get me better didn't. They were actually the people who put me down. I survived it. All that bullshit. Yeah. Big fucking time. To the point that I disappeared like thin air. I was everywhere at that time. Everywhere. Spent a lot. Okay. Sorry, we lost someone big not so long ago. I'm lucky that I spent many time over there in their studio, in the first one. Yeah. I'm happy that I don't know. I'm happy I know Chris Conn from middle 90s, smoking cigarettes outside Tattoo City. I'm happy I know Clay Decker somewhere in LA or something. And it was really at the time where traveling was like, wow, not just expensive. You got to know where you go. Why you go there?
Were you in New York before it was legalized, or you came?
No, I was tattooing in New York when it was not legalized. And Fan City Studio, not the real first one. Was on the First Street, but the St. Mark's and First Street. Yep. With Dan Paolucci, Snake Eyes, and of course Chris Garver. Yeah. So I tattooed Chris tattooed me. I think that was the first time that in my under the radar life I found another ego.
Another
I didn't
ego.
know what to do. I didn't know what to, do I have to like him? Not like him. Do I have to watch out? But this dude from day one had that grace in his lining, that composition already in order. And I was too furious actually compared to him. Like I would bam, put that big Balinese mask, that Anya Mongol Japanese mask. I mean, could look like, I don't know, Hellboy or something like that. I will do a girl with a spaceship coming out on the forehead.
But that
We're
was,
drawing a lot of spaceships.
but that was big during that time as well.
It was, but it was okay. But it was also like, it was those kind of time. But I hang out with him. He introduced me a lot of people, really underground people. And it was not, I was not just tattooing. I've not been just tattooing at the shop. I was like, I don't care. There's no rules.
Right.
I do come from early age, tough background of tattooing. That I always keep with me and bring it with me on my face wherever I go. It was not a problem. If there's a problem, sorry, I move out. I don't want to disturb nobody. World is big enough.
Sure.
But it's only maybe 15 years later, after I worked in New York, that I realized how cool it was actually to be there. Only thing I regret, I didn't go to CGBG. where I could. And I did, but I went to the Limelight. And I did that. And because speaking Italian, I was a customer of Jonathan's show, a hairdresser for like models and commercials and stars and this and that. He was having 23 and 23rd and Broadway, angle of Street and Avenue, giant penthouse, and it was in construction. The next day I have the key. Come in. It was a nice pure bud of weed, roll on the table, that giant box bed. First time I slept in a box bed, I think. Only thing I miscalculated. I had a girlfriend at the time. And the only thing I didn't calculate is that in the morning, the worker would come and they were like Italian dudes, all like super handsome, kick-ass butt. And I was young and I wake up late. My girlfriend was already awake and she was already like...
She was awake. She was checking everything
She was checking out those guys badly, you know. So that was actually the next day or a couple of days later, we went to that incredible convention. It was in New Jersey. So after the water, after the souterrain of the bridge. And that convention was something. It was a Halloween convention in a hotel. And of course I was with Chris. So we had Fun City, but Tattoo Artist magazine.
Yeah.
Jonathan Shaw was the director at the time. I was tattooing and I had like at least for a good half an hour, 45 minutes, Aisha Geiger sitting next to me. I'm doing a skull. So he's there. So I started to put some little biomechanical on the side. And my English was so bad. I don't want to say nothing. The funny part is even better. A day or two before, I'm at the private shop of Jonathan Shaw. And Molly from Amsterdam called him because he was coming. At the time, he had a girlfriend from New York, Vera, I think she was her name. So Jonathan put the speaker, put the thing on speaker. And he said, "Hey, Amar is here." "Yeah, that motherfucking faggot." Shit. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I'm like, oh, wow. All right. Okay, cool. Good to know.
Tell me what you really think.
What to do. But I was not going playing tough or anything. I'm like, okay, whatever. But then, I don't know how, I end up in the lift.
With him
in those big giant lift, in those American hotel.
Did you meet Molly?
with a Mexican lady with a trolley for cleaning the floors. And then I'm asking, so, what about us? Oh, come on. Then I get my first kiss. In the mouth
Molly,
from Molly.
Yes.
Since
that,
Molly kissed me in the mouth every time, and but it's my buddy now, whatever. But I met a lot of people in that convention. I met Dave. I remember I met Dave Vogue, Little Vinny. I met Anit Gupta. I met Mike Ledger.
Yeah,
I tattooed a lot Mike Ledger as well. was crazy. Was good. The 90s I don't know how it is now in America, but the 90s in America, you work at the convention, then you took your gear, you go to your room, that's where the weed is going to happen. That's where the fun is going to be, and that's where the best tattoo is going to be. And it's every next room is
hotel rooms.
whoever. I did 1994, the national convention in San Francisco. We all in the hotel because we're not allowed to be on the national convention. Everybody has to be with a suit. And also, like, if you have facial piercing, you're not allowed in, etc., etc., etc. But I was with Mick from Zurich. We have a room together. And we just tattooing tattoo artist after tattoo artist, like a tumbler. And then you go next floor, this one, Aaron came there, and Mike Gaetchinson, and Marcus Pacheco, and so on, and so on, and so on. Not normal. Really not fucking normal. That was quite something. Then I go to the main room. Then Mike Leisure was there because he was still tattooing for Tattoo Peter too from Coney Island. Peter guy, you know. That's funny because every time I tattoo Mike, the boss pay, you know. The suit. Oh, dude, it's like I don't see a tattoo artist, I see those guys, you know. Oh my Lord. Then my pleasure. Come, look. Ed Hardy. Making red.
Oh yeah, that's a good story.
He take those little bags, you know, like what you have here in a coffee shop. He put weed in there, but he put pigment. Whatever liquid, whatsoever, what, I cannot see, you know? Sit on it.
Warm it up.
Dragon red!
Dragon.
Making red on the spot. Making color on the spot.
Wow.
I even remember there was nothing on the table of the booth. Everything on the suitcase below.
No one can see what's going on.
Yeah. I super respect that attitude. That actually, I got a lot of tattoos. And I never, ever, ever ask how, what, nothing. You know, when I get tattoo, I just want to be that guy who get tattoo. Yeah. Let's honor my customer. Let's show them that I'm also shut up and get my work done.
Definitely.
But was nice to see Ed Hardy tattooing though.
I bet.
Actually, very, 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 very much. And I've been a lot to his shop. He was never there.
No. What about the Dutchman?
No.
The Dutchman?
Dutchman.
The Dutchman.
So Dutchman. So I think it's 1996, 96. I think it's 96. I'm back from India, straight, totally spaced out from a kick-ass fucking 6 months, revelation thing going on there. And I was back from the Himalayas. And I'm having those homemade fucking Angora rabbit socks.
Socks?
So it was in the Beurre van Belaar. Beurre van Belaar is a nice venue on the Damrak. So when you get out of the station of Amsterdam, you have that big street, the Damrak. And then halfway you have that big building, looks like a reddish church, but it's a venue. It's called the Beurre van Belaar. And that was the convention. I was with Tintin and we both don't have a booth. So we're just like lurking around and we're going to every booth and looking at all the portfolio. He could just like look at portfolio and I'm sorry to say sometimes, oh man, that's shit. I'm embarrassed because you go back to France. I'm staying here, you know. I remember that convention. It was Luc, Philippe Le, Luc Atkinson, of course, Philippe Le, and Philippe Le, and Mick from Zurich together. They have like the big booth, this and that. But the only one booth with 3 huge portfolio, the Dutchman, John van Tulenaar. You know? I fucking look, because when I look, I'm like, wow, that's, you know, the only things I see from that guy is tattoo time. And I look, that's the real thing. And I was kind of young and I tried to, next to Tintin, to him, I'm not him, I'm me. I really like your stuff and try to get the attention. I get that attention and he allowed me to actually step inside his booth, go into his suitcase and look at his machine. Wow. And if you have a question, just ask. Wow. And I did.
That's huge.
Big time. And I keep it low profile though, you know, because the rest of the weekend was with Tintin. big time.
Yeah.
I remember even that
What
weekend,
about
that
the convention
weekend,
in Paradiso?
Alex Bini, no, this I didn't go there. I cannot talk about.
Ah.
This we only gossip. We cannot speak.
We'll tell that story at dinner.
I remember that at that convention, the next day or something, we in some bars in Amsterdam for after party. Not even after party, but I don't know. We end up there, and Alex Bini got that beautiful pink Lotus from Philip. He was so proud. But at that time, I was young. I always have that look. This is since middle 80s. I'm like that. So I suffer a lot of, are you from the family of those people? This and that. And then when they know that I'm not, then they come and say, you try to be like them. So I get positive and very negative, effect of all this, to the point that it really truly opened my eyes. And I believe what I truly believe that we all know now, because now it's not a lie. Tattooing is Japan. We know it. We know that their tebori is way much better than our machine work.
Yeah.
We can machine, we find ways. No. We don't. What about take it easy? Just take it easy and do it. And we just try to get closer. But we're not there yet.
Never
But at least we fit that. And that's why I step back and let the fucking all happen with all this new traditional and all this new school, old school, whatsoever. I've seen the people covering their body with ugliness on daily basis and for a long time. You know what? I just put myself on standby. And then I decided to actually get to know more people. What kind of people I really want to tattoo? What is the people that actually I can grow with?
Yeah, it's more than just
what I'm missing. I try to find it somewhere else, and how I don't know, but I will work for it. It's a goal. It's always like that.
Yeah.
So the low profile is always there, always. It's I go a lot here and there. For example, I've been a lot visiting Tintin. I would not post it on my Instagram. I would not take a video. It's for myself.
Sure. Yeah.
There's a good time I spend with some people. It's unique sometimes. It has to stay the way it is. This is how the world has been running a lot. Do you like to read books sometimes?
Yeah, I love books.
I have a book to advise you. It's called A Perfect Union of Contrary Things.
Okay.
It's an interview about a lady, journalist, not going to say the name. She interviewed Maynard James Keenan.
Okay, yeah. From Tool.
Tool, Perfect Circle, Pussifer. But it's not about to promote the guy or about music or something. But I do recommend, to actually have a look and have a deep look, to understand also other people, source.
Yeah.
Of
inspiration.
Keep up inspiration and keep up, and don't lose track. Stay on the track and stay strong, because now we're at the time, like now with your podcast, we can share things. I can tell you things. It's not going to change nothing. To me, I don't think so, but I would love to share it.
I love this. Part of the reason why I'm doing this podcast is to have this interaction, because you don't really get this rubbing elbows at a convention or anything like that. You're almost kind of forced to sit down and kind of open up yourself and really get to the bottom of what people are ticking.
Quite a group of people every time we go to convention. We don't make so many conventions, but
we have our circle. We have a bit. It's not. It work. Look, it worked by itself.
Japanese, Korean.
We mostly Paris with the Koreans.
Paris with the Koreans.
Yes.
Beautiful.
With all the Shido rising.
Wait for each other and
Memento.
Great.
Yeah.
They're super, how do you say?
Special
Okay.
people.
One word to say. A good word to say is like, it's being very, very, very tight on your self-motivation. Be self-motivated person. I heard it from somebody else. I didn't invent that word. And it is stuck in my head because actually I hear somebody else saying something that I'm doing already for a long time. Except that I don't look for the easy way. I never looked for people to help me. I never look for that. Actually, the more it pisses me off, the more actually the greatest I believe I can get.
So you use that as kind of fuel to get better.
You know what it feels like when people can hurt you, but you know that if you hurt them back, you're really gonna hurt them. You know, so
but you hurt yourself more.
Then you discover compassion. Start to accept people, take them how they are, wait a little bit. Still, things not gonna be done by myself. It's gonna be a together thing. Togetherness. That's I truly believe it.
Definitely.
You know, and people doesn't have to be best friend ever. Just their work or their effort will speak for themselves, and they should click and take it as a work. You know, like professional doctors or whatever on the work get connected.
You have to respect in order to make something good. Like you say, you don't have to be the best friend, but you must respect each other. If you don't have that respect, you cannot move forward in any way. Then you're stuck. So. Yeah.
I agree.
But I think sometimes people make it too complicated and it's too much of ego trip and stuff. It just
love.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Salute.
Salute. But I definitely agree. But it's also a slippery trap to get caught into, even though you might have those like intentions. You start to kind of be like, oh, this is attractive. This type of lifestyle is attractive, and little by little, you're like, take it on.
I think both of us, like we have some years age difference, and we do have some experience in tattooing. But I think that's what we were talking actually before, that there is people that they did have a purpose of starting being tattooer. Because of more commercial way or whatever way, but we all did not have that really. Like even me, I did just start to tattoo 10 years ago, and it was never my intention of being something that to get any profit of being a tattooer. I just wanted to be. I wanted to feel.
Masha,
so
you make me remember. Actually, now you
yeah,
really.
I know.
Now you stimulate.
Now when I start
No, finish.
Now you stimulated something. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that there is many people that have different purposes of why they start tattooing, and for all of us, there have been probably different point of life and a struggle or not struggle, like I did not start tattooing for a purpose. I didn't know where that's gonna be, and I was not looking for any profit of it, and I did certainly not get any profit of for the first few years of it.
Sure.
For sure not. And it was perfectly fine because I was just happy to discover it. I was just happy to discover life in a different way, in way much more different way that I was taught myself or by my parents or wherever I come from. But it was not for that. So it was definitely very pure. And yes, definitely many times I get surprised by how things are not so pure around me, but it's fine, we're all still there. We're still doing what we believe it's right to do, and because we love it, and you want to be honest to your own purpose, and also towards people that you tattoo, your customers as well. Be pure and do deliver the most pure way that you can.
You know what? Makes me remember one thing. Late 80s, early 90s, nobody know nothing, but only things who is motivated. And the thing is, I remember that we have few people tattooing in Bordeaux, and we just are so different from each other. Actually, we should hate each other, but just because we had that love of tattooing, we had to have those interactions from time to time. So I get that Kumon Ryu Shishi wire tattoo on my hip, on my left hip. The tattooer was a biker type, but he was the first dude that says the name Konyoshi in my ear. Yeah. Like really going into the Japanese things and stuff. That's the first time. And, I was cutting and I was kicking. What the fuck, what? I was taking more than he could do. But he knew more than I did. Still, I want to have my tattoo from you, and you're going to fucking tattoo me. You know what he did to fuck me up? He lined everything with the gray shading.
Oh, with what?
With the water shading.
Oh.
So what I did, I left for Thailand or somewhere. Come back. Can you line it again, please? And he did. Then we had a real understanding.
What
I became his friend.
What about the story when you were tattooing in Thailand?
Oh,
and you didn't have the right thing.
Oh my Lord!
Were you
really want to bring that
story?
No, I don't.
Okay,
you know?
fuck.
That's funny.
Fuck my ass. Wait. Okay, so I'm in Thailand.
90s.
In the
I'm
what?
in
what
Thailand.
year?
Kopangan. No, 91.
91, sorry.
I'm in 1991. I'm in Thailand. I'm in Thailand. I'm in Kopangan. No, even Kopangan is the big beach, and we don't have very much money, so we had a small beach, but we didn't know that the beach was a garden of the king. And stuff like that. So actually a magic place. What happened, it's within 5 days, all my ink dry. Everything. So I have to make a trip. We are short on a budget. So I go very early in the morning. That's going to take the whole day. It means I have to don't miss the boat back to the beach. Otherwise I'm going to be there with no bungalow because I didn't have money to rent a bungalow for the night. So I'm going to have to sleep on the beach. I don't know. So I go to the main Tongsala, yeah, so it's the harbor, so where the main shops. And I find there is a shop. And I find black ink. At least I want to tattoo with some black, you know. I buy what you call blue, ethylene blue. Normally you use it for like some baby, for sometimes they're sick or something, you put it in their tongue, so if they change color, it's not really ink to use, because, but it's sold as an ink, like same, like if you have like,
Indian ink or something.
No, like, like the little glass, Pelican, Winsor Newton, things, little bottle with a pipette. I thought it's black, really, it's black, so written in Thai, nothing in English. So it is black, you know, but it's blue ethylene, but blue ethylene, when you tattoo it, with the healing, it goes. So the tattoo looks black, perfect, everything nice, or sort of. When you know the reflection of the light, and you know is that the customer see black, you see the blue. You know, so it depends on the angle you are. And yeah, I was lucky that actually after that trip, I hooked up with that shop in Amsterdam, and people knew where we met. Long time later, actually, and I was lucky that some of the people I tattoo there, they laugh and they come. That's why I get that magician nickname bullshit, you know.
Bullshit.
Yeah, dude. I tattoo some people. I tattoo some people, and I tattoo everyone I tattooed there. Yeah. Everything with the healing went away, and they all get tattooed a day or two before they go back. But I was lucky that the people had the chance to catch me back in Holland, and of course some of them I re-tattoo them and ask nothing, and of course big time I don't know, because early 90s I think, except with Henk Schiffmacher, Hanky Panky, except people going there, but there was already like kind of people already in the tattoo scene. It was that scene. I was the first foreigner actually working in a street shop. I've never been for that name things. I'm there for the work. Yeah. I want the job to get done, you know, and the more you understand, the more, but maybe it was many things I should have learned in my, I don't know, education I didn't, then I tried to pick it up by myself with my own needs, my own, moyen. Sometimes I would love to speak French, but it's okay. So I definitely believe like, I'm done with my apprenticeship. Yeah. I can start tattooing finally.
That's awesome.
I can start to have a life.
I can't wait to see more of the work that you guys do. And if it was all right with you, maybe we can grab some dinner or... Yeah. What?
You're hungry. We are making dinner, right?
Well, we already preparing a nice dinner for you. Are we still running?
I just really want to thank both of you guys, Amar and Barbara.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for letting me in your shop at Kingyo Gallery Tattoo.
Kingyo Gallery.
Can you tell me how we can get in touch with you if anybody wants to get tattooed?
You can get in touch with Barbara Munster, Instagram, Barbara Munster. You can get in touch with me with Amar Goucem,
Instagram.
But best will be Kingyo Gallery. There's an email, there's a phone number, there's many ways to get in touch with us.
And we're working on a website. As
you can
our
also
shop is very new.
You can also get in touch with us. I have a page on Facebook called Tora Momiji. Was dedicated only about work and not my lifestyle, privacy things and stuff. It's only about tattoos.
But it's more fun to watch the profile of Amar because private things is very fun to also to watch. Yeah. It's not too private though, but it's fun things to watch.
It is how it is. You know, I mean, we all know the tattoos we have. The tattoos you have is the roadmap of your life.
Yes, and you can watch Yoda. That many times we post. You
remember we talk about Yoda only if she barked.
No,
she didn't.
But we were saying many times we post like stories of the tattoos and people put comments like, I want to see Yoda. Yeah.
I think Yoda's getting tired of us. I see her eyes getting sleepy.
No, you will see when we get home. She's gonna be like showing all the toys and she's never gonna let you chill. Right, Yoda?
You guys are more than welcome.
Thank you.
I hope beside the podcast, you would like to come and visit us in the future?
Anytime.
I would love it.
I would love to share some tattooing with you and drawing. If
that's
okay.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Because I am actually definitely loving what you're doing.
Thank you.
Can I say something? Because this actually we come up with
More
this.
Than welcome.
We came up with this some time ago when we were actually making our shop. That our shop is like the Japanese style, like you say that. Is the background?
Oh yeah, the walls are blue-gray and the floor is black. That's the background.
So that's the background.
And then everything else is all the items who can float in that background. But we need that structure. We need those four walls and the roof.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. Let me have some hugs and kisses.
You're the kisses. You're the kisses.
I love it.